Across the vast expanse of human history, the pursuit of large and formidable animals has shaped our very existence. Long before the written word, our ancestors etched scenes of the hunt onto cave walls, immortalizing the struggle between human ingenuity and the raw power of the wild. These early hunters relied on sharpened stones, crafted spears, and a deep understanding of animal behavior, forging a relationship with nature that was both reverent and fraught with peril. As civilizations rose and fell, the art of hunting evolved. From the silent patience of the stork to the thunderous charge of a cornered beast, each era brought new techniques and tools. The bow and arrow, the atlatl, and eventually the rifle transformed the dynamic between hunter and hunted. But the fundamental challenge remained unchanged: to face an animal on its own terms in its own domain. The motivations behind big game hunting have always been complex. In ancient times, it was a matter of survival: meat for sustenance, hides for warmth, bones for tools. Over centuries, as societies grew more secure, hunting became a rite of passage, a test of courage, and a symbol of status. In some cultures, the successful hunter was celebrated, their feats woven into legend and song. Yet, as humanity's reach extended across continents, the balance began to shift. The introduction of firearms and organized expeditions brought unprecedented efficiency and devastation. Species that once roamed in great numbers found themselves under relentless pressure, their habitats shrinking as human settlements expanded. The line between necessity and excess blurred, and the ethical questions surrounding big game hunting grew ever more urgent. Today, the debate is as fierce as ever. Some argue that regulated hunting can serve as a tool for conservation, channeling resources into the protection of threatened species and the preservation of wild spaces. Others see it as a relic of a bygone era, an act that endangers the very creatures it claims to protect. The question of ethics looms large. Can the taking of a life ever be justified, even in the name of balance or tradition? The animals at the heart of this controversy are not mere trophies. They are keystone species: elephants, lions, buffalo, and more, whose presence shapes the very fabric of their environment. Their social bonds, migratory patterns, and survival strategies are the result of countless generations adapting to a world of constant danger and change. To hunt such creatures is to enter a realm where the rules are written by nature itself. The risks are real, and the outcome is never certain. Over time, hunters have developed new methods: tracking by spoor, reading the wind, learning the subtle signs of animal movement, all in an effort to match wits with some of the most formidable beings on Earth. The evolution of hunting techniques mirrors our changing relationship with the wild. Where once brute strength and numbers prevailed, now patience, respect, and deep knowledge are paramount. The modern hunter, at their best, seeks not domination but understanding, a recognition of the animal's power, intelligence, and right to exist. In this exploration, we will journey into the world of the most dangerous animals from the perspective of those who have faced them. We will examine their physical prowess, their strategies for survival, and the sobering realities that define encounters between human and beast. Ultimately, big game hunting is a story of respect for the land, for the animals, and for the ancient bond that ties us to the wild. It is a reminder that in the presence of these magnificent creatures, we are guests in a world governed by laws far older and more enduring than our own. In the world of African safari hunting, no term carries more weight or history than the Big Five. This is not a list of the largest animals, but rather a collection of the 5 most difficult and dangerous creatures to hunt on foot. The term was coined by early colonial hunters and safari guides who recognized that these specific animals were the most likely to turn the tables on their pursuers. The Big Five are the African elephant, the lion, the leopard, the rhinoceros, and the formidable Cape buffalo. Each one possesses a unique combination of size, speed, cunning, and aggression that has earned them a reputation of immense respect and fear among those who have tracked them. But the challenge of hunting the Big Five extends far beyond the animals themselves. The African wilderness is a crucible of extremes where the environment itself becomes an adversary. Sweltering heat shimmers across the savanna, sapping strength and clouding judgment. Thorny acacia thickets tear at clothing and skin, while clouds of biting insects descend relentlessly, testing a hunter's endurance and focus. The terrain is unforgiving. Dense bush conceals both hunter and hunted, while sudden gullies and hidden waterholes threaten to trip the unwary. The air is thick with the scent of dust and wild grass, every sound amplified in the hush before dawn. In this landscape, every step must be calculated, every movement deliberate, for a single misstep can mean the difference between life and death. The leopard, for example, is a master of stealth, a silent phantom that can vanish into the bush only to reappear in a blur of claws and teeth. Its spotted coat blends seamlessly with dappled sunlight, and it moves with a grace that defies detection. Hunters must contend with the constant threat of ambush, their nerves stretched taut as they scan the shadows for a flicker of movement. The rhinoceros, with its armored hide and powerful charge, is a living battering ram. Its poor eyesight is compensated by an acute sense of smell and hearing, making it unpredictable and quick to react. The ground trembles beneath its feet as it thunders forward, and the sheer force of its charge can shatter trees and bones alike. The lion and the elephant are icons of the continent, embodying raw power and surprising intelligence. A lion's roar can freeze the blood, echoing across the plains as a warning and a challenge. Elephants, with their keen memories and complex social bonds, can communicate danger across miles, coordinating their movements to protect the herd or confront a threat. And then there is the Cape buffalo, an animal whose sheer belligerence and refusal to die has earned it a particularly fearsome reputation. Its eyes burn with suspicion, and it is known to stand its ground or even charge without warning, its massive horns lowered in silent defiance. The psychological toll of hunting these animals is immense. Every sense is heightened, every instinct sharpened by the knowledge that the hunter is never truly in control. The mind races with possibilities. Where is the animal now? Is it watching, waiting, preparing to strike? Fear and adrenaline mingle, creating a tension that is both exhilarating and exhausting. These animals do not simply flee when wounded or cornered, they often fight back with astonishing ferocity. A wounded animal is at its most dangerous, driven by pain and survival instinct to retaliate with all the force it can muster. A wounded lion or leopard will use its remaining strength to launch a devastating final ambush, striking from the shadows with lethal precision. An elephant, despite its size, can charge with surprising speed and silence, its intent written in the flare of its ears and the curl of its trunk. The ground seems to shake as it closes the distance in seconds, a living juggernaut impossible to stop. The Cape buffalo is infamous for its vindictive nature, known to circle back on its tracks to ambush the hunter who first wounded it. Its memory is long, its patience remarkable, and its attacks sudden and merciless. The stories of close calls and narrow escapes have become legend, passed down through generations as cautionary tales. The Big Five are not merely animals to be hunted, they are adversaries that demand respect, cunning, and unwavering resolve. Today, the concept of the Big Five has evolved. While it remains a pinnacle achievement for some hunters, it has also been adopted by the tourism industry. Photographic safaris now offer tourists the chance to shoot the Big Five with a camera, a testament to their enduring appeal as symbols of the wild African landscape. This shift reflects a growing appreciation for these animals not as trophies, but as vital components of a precious natural heritage. Whether viewed through the scope of a rifle or the lens of a camera, The big five continue to command our attention and remind us of the untamable spirit of the African wilderness. The hippopotamus, with its barrel-shaped body and almost comical appearance, is a creature that has fascinated and confounded observers for centuries. Despite its seemingly placid demeanor as it wallows in muddy rivers and lakes, the hippo is a master of deception. Its true nature is anything but gentle. Native to sub-Saharan Africa, the hippopotamus spends most of its daylight hours submerged in water, which helps regulate its massive body temperature and keeps its sensitive skin from drying out under the relentless African sun. These aquatic giants carve out territories along riverbanks and lake shores, fiercely defending their chosen stretches of water from any intruder, animal or otherwise. The hippo's body is a marvel of natural engineering. Its skin, up to 2 inches thick in places, secretes a natural reddish fluid sometimes called blood sweat, which acts as both a sunscreen and an antibiotic, protecting the animal from sunburn and infection. Beneath this armor lies a dense network of muscle and bone, making the hippo not only resilient but also surprisingly agile for its size. On land, hippos can reach speeds that defy expectations, up to 20 miles per hour in short bursts. This speed, combined with their unpredictable temperament, makes them a formidable presence both in and out of the water. At dusk, they emerge from the water to graze, sometimes traveling miles in search of fresh grass, leaving well-worn paths through the landscape. Perhaps the most iconic feature of the hippopotamus is its enormous mouth, capable of opening a full 150 degrees. Within this cavernous maw are tusks, elongated lower canines that can grow up to 1.5 feet long. These tusks are not used for feeding, but for combat, slashing through thick hide and bone with ease. Hippos are known to engage in brutal battles for dominance, especially during the dry season when water becomes scarce. These clashes can be violent, with males using their tusks to inflict deep wounds on rivals. Their bite force, nearly 2,000 pounds per square inch, is strong enough to snap a crocodile in half or crush solid wood as if it were paper. A hippo's yawn, often mistaken for a sign of relaxation, is actually a warning, a display of power meant to intimidate rivals and signal to others that they are encroaching on dangerous ground. This threat display is usually enough to deter most would-be challengers, but if ignored, the hippo will not hesitate to attack. The hippo's reputation for aggression is well earned. There are countless accounts of these animals overturning boats and attacking anything that ventures too close to their territory. Their thick skin and robust skeleton make them difficult to injure, and a wounded hippo becomes even more unpredictable and dangerous, often lashing out with relentless fury. In a remarkable twist, hippos have established a thriving population far from their native Africa. In Colombia, a small group of hippos, originally brought to the country in the 1980s, has multiplied into a large invasive herd. With no natural predators and abundant resources, these hippos have adapted to their new environment, displaying the same territorial aggression and resilience as their African ancestors. The story of Colombia's hippos began with a private menagerie, but after their release they quickly adapted to the wild, carving out new territories in unfamiliar rivers and wetlands. Their presence has created a unique ecological challenge as they compete with native species and reshape the landscape with their immense appetites and territorial habits. The hippo's story is one of adaptability, power, and danger. Whether in the rivers of Africa or the wetlands of South America, these animals command respect. Their unpredictable nature, immense strength, and territorial instincts make them one of the most formidable and hazardous creatures in the animal kingdom, a true king of the river, whose legend continues to grow with every encounter. If the hippopotamus is the king of the river, the crocodile is its ancient and patient executioner. These formidable reptiles are not just survivors. They are living relics, their lineage stretching back over 200 million years, predating even the dinosaurs. Crocodiles have witnessed the rise and fall of countless species, their own designs so effective that evolution has made only minor adjustments over the eons. Their reputation as apex predators is well earned. Crocodiles are responsible for more human fatalities than any other animal on this list, but their true mastery lies in their hunting strategies. They are the ultimate ambush predators, able to remain completely motionless for hours, their nostrils and eyes just above the waterline blending seamlessly with their surroundings. This patience is legendary. Some have been observed waiting for days at a favored spot, knowing that eventually prey will come within striking distance. The crocodile's body is a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Its armor-like scales, called osteoderms, are reinforced with bone, providing both protection and camouflage. The jaw is perhaps its most iconic weapon, capable of exerting a bite force of up to 5,000 pounds per square inch, enough to shatter bone and crush turtle shells with ease. Yet despite this power, the muscles that open the jaw are so weak that a simple strip of tape can keep a crocodile's mouth closed. Crocodiles are not just powerful, they are cunning. Their hunting tactics are as varied as their habitats. In some regions, crocodiles have been observed using sticks and branches balanced on their snouts to lure birds searching for nesting material. This remarkable use of tools is rare among reptiles and speaks to their intelligence. When the moment to strike arrives, a crocodile can launch itself from the water with explosive speed, propelled by its muscular tail, and clamp down on its prey in a fraction of a second. While they are most feared in the water, crocodiles are surprisingly agile on land. They can gallop in short bursts, reaching speeds up to 20 miles per hour, and their ability to transition between aquatic and terrestrial environments makes them unpredictable. Their lungs are highly efficient, allowing them to remain submerged for up to 2 hours, waiting for the perfect opportunity to ambush prey or evade danger. Their patience is matched only by their adaptability. Crocodiles can go months without food, slowing their metabolism to survive lean times. When prey is abundant, they gorge themselves, storing energy in their tails. Their diet is equally varied. Fish, birds, mammals, and even other crocodiles fall victim to their ambushes. In some cases, they have been seen leaping to snatch bats or birds from low-hanging branches. When a crocodile seizes its prey, it often employs the infamous death roll, a spinning maneuver that tears flesh and dismembers victims. This technique is not just for feeding, it is also used in territorial disputes and self-defense. A threatened crocodile will thrash violently, using its powerful tail and jaws to ward off attackers or rivals. Crocodiles are also fiercely territorial. Males will defend prime stretches of riverbank with astonishing aggression, engaging in violent clashes that can leave both combatants scarred. Their vocalizations, deep bellows and growls, can be heard echoing across the water, a warning to rivals and a call to potential mates. Despite their fearsome reputation, crocodiles are attentive parents. Females guard their nests with unwavering vigilance, sometimes going without food for weeks. When the eggs hatch, the mother gently carries her young to the water in her jaws, protecting them from predators. This parental care is rare among reptiles and increases the odds of survival for the next generation of these ancient hunters. Throughout history, crocodiles have inspired awe and fear in equal measure. Ancient Egyptians revered them as gods, while explorers and naturalists have marveled at their resilience and cunning. In the wild, every ripple on the water's surface could signal the presence of this primeval predator, a creature whose lethal perfection has stood the test of time. Their place near the top of this list is not just a matter of statistics, but a testament to millions of years of survival, adaptation, and predatory mastery. The African elephant, towering as the largest land animal on Earth, is a marvel of nature, possessing not only immense physical strength, but also a mind of remarkable complexity. These giants are the architects of their environment, shaping the landscape as they roam, uprooting trees, and carving out water holes that sustain countless other species. Though their reputation is often that of a gentle giant, Elephants can transform into formidable adversaries when they sense danger or feel their family is threatened. Their aggression is not mindless, it is a calculated response, honed by generations of survival in the wild. Each year, elephants are involved in hundreds of fatal encounters with humans, a sobering testament to their power and the risks of encroaching on their territory. These incidents often occur when elephants are startled or when their young are nearby, triggering a protective instinct that is both swift and relentless. Despite their size, elephants are masters of stealth. Their padded feet allow them to move almost silently, gliding through dense bush with a grace that belies their bulk. This uncanny ability to appear seemingly out of nowhere has startled many an unwary traveler. When an elephant charges, it is a spectacle of raw power, ears spread wide, trunk raised, and a deep rumble reverberating through the air. There is little that can stand in the way of such force, and even the bravest hunters have found themselves fleeing in terror. The sheer scale of an African elephant is difficult to grasp until you stand beside one. A mature bull can weigh up to 15,000 pounds and reach 4 meters at the shoulder, dwarfing vehicles and even the largest predators. Some exceptional individuals have tipped the scales at nearly 24,000 pounds, their massive shoulders rising above the grasslands like living monoliths. Their tusks, sometimes weighing over 100 pounds each, are both tools and weapons, used to dig for water, strip bark from trees and defend against threats. The structure of their feet is a marvel of evolution. Cushioned by thick pads, each step is muffled, allowing these giants to move with an almost ghostly silence. This adaptation is crucial for navigating the dense forests and savannas they call home. When provoked, an elephant can accelerate with astonishing speed, reaching up to 25 miles per hour in a charge. The ground shakes and the air fills with the sound of snapping branches and trumpeting calls, a warning that few would dare ignore. Their ability to emerge suddenly from thick vegetation, closing the distance in seconds, leaves little time for reaction. Many encounters end before a person even realizes the danger is upon them. But it is their intelligence that truly sets elephants apart. Their brains are the largest of any land animal, and their trunks, capable of both delicate and powerful movements, are used for everything from picking up a single blade of grass to uprooting entire trees. Elephants communicate using a complex language of rumbles, trumpets, and even infrasound, low-frequency calls that can travel for miles, unheard by human ears. They can detect distant thunderstorms and the approach of other herds, reacting to sounds that are imperceptible to us. Their memory is legendary. Elephants can remember the locations of water sources across vast distances and recognize individuals, both elephant and non-elephant, after many years. This memory is vital for survival in the harsh African landscape. Socially, elephants live in matriarchal herds led by the oldest and wisest female. The matriarch's knowledge guides the group, especially during droughts or times of danger. Calves are cared for not just by their mothers, but by aunts and older siblings, creating a tight-knit family unit. Their emotional depth is profound. Elephants have been observed mourning their dead, gently touching the bones of lost companions and standing vigil for hours or even days. They comfort distressed herd members and celebrate births with trumpeting and playful displays. When threatened, elephants display extraordinary courage and coordination. A wounded elephant will not flee blindly. Instead, it may position itself between danger and the vulnerable calves, using its body as a shield, while the rest of the herd rallies around. The history of hunting these giants is fraught with peril. Hunters have long told tales of elephants doubling back on their pursuers, using the terrain to their advantage, and even setting ambushes, evidence of their cunning and adaptability. In one extraordinary account, a seasoned tracker recounted how a bull elephant, wounded but not defeated, circled silently through the bush and launched a surprise charge from behind, demonstrating both patience and tactical awareness. Even in their final moments, elephants can be unpredictable. There are stories of mortally wounded elephants using their last strength to topple trees or block paths, ensuring their herds escape. When one member of a herd is attacked, the response can be immediate and collective. Elephants have been seen forming defensive circles, trumpeting in unison and charging as a unit to drive off threats, their loyalty to one another unwavering. To hunt an elephant is to face not just a single animal, but the combined will and intelligence of an entire family. It is a challenge fraught with danger, demanding respect for the extraordinary beings that elephants are, creatures of memory, emotion, and indomitable spirit. The lion, often hailed as the king of the beasts, reigns supreme over the African savanna, its presence both awe-inspiring and formidable. With a golden mane catching the first light of dawn, the lion stands as a living symbol of strength, courage, and the raw, untamed power that defines the wild. Unlike any other predator, the lion's social structure is unique among big cats. Lions live in complex family groups known as prides, which can consist of up to 30 individuals, females, their cubs, and a coalition of dominant males. Each member has a role, and the pride's survival depends on intricate cooperation and communication. The lionesses, agile and strategic, are the primary hunters. They work together in silence, fanning out through the tall grass, using subtle cues and body language to coordinate their approach. Their teamwork is so refined that they can encircle herds of wildebeest or zebra, driving the prey toward hidden ambushes. A lion's hunt is a masterclass in patience and precision. The pride may stalk a herd for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. When the signal is given, the lions explode from cover, their powerful muscles propelling them forward in a coordinated assault. The ambush is swift and brutal. Lions can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour in short bursts, closing the gap between themselves and their quarry in seconds. Their claws, sharp and retractable, dig into the earth as they leap, and their collective strength can bring down prey many times their own weight. Every part of a lion's body is built for predation. Their forelimbs are thick and muscular, designed to grapple and hold struggling prey. Their paws, padded for stealth, conceal deadly claws that can slash with devastating force. In the chase, a lion's acceleration is unmatched among large predators. They can leap 12 feet into the air and cover 36 feet in a single bound, making escape nearly impossible for the chosen victim. Their hunting prowess is not limited to speed and strength. Lions are also masters of stealth, using the cover of darkness or the rustle of the wind to mask their approach. At dusk, their golden coats blend seamlessly with the savanna, rendering them nearly invisible until it's too late. The lion's jaws are equipped with sharp canines designed to deliver a killing bite. While their bite force is not the highest among predators, their technique is lethal, aiming for the throat to suffocate or the spine to paralyze. Within the pride, hierarchy is enforced through displays of dominance and, at times, violent confrontations. Older males, often bearing scars from countless battles, may be challenged by younger rivals. When a new coalition takes over, they may drive out or even kill the cubs of the previous males, ensuring their own lineage. Lions are also fiercely territorial. Males patrol the boundaries, roaring to warn off intruders. Their roar, which can be heard up to 5 miles away, is both a declaration of power and a deterrent to would-be challengers. In rare cases, lions develop unusual hunting behaviors. The infamous Tsavo lions, for example, hunted in tandem without a pride, relying on their cunning and ferocity to bring down large prey. Their story is a testament to the adaptability and danger of these predators. When threatened or wounded, a lion's response is immediate and overwhelming. With a low, menacing posture and twitching tail, it will charge, using its full weight and power to subdue any perceived threat. The attack is relentless. Lions aim to knock their target off balance, then deliver a fatal bite, ending the struggle with ruthless efficiency. Yet, for all their power, lions face immense challenges. Drought, disease, and competition with other predators can threaten even the strongest pride. Cubs are especially vulnerable, with only a fraction surviving to adulthood. A century ago, vast prides roamed the African plains, their numbers strong and their territories expansive. The sight of dozens of lions moving together was once a common spectacle. Today, the landscape has changed. Lion populations have dwindled, and many prides are now isolated, struggling to survive in shrinking habitats. Encroaching farmland and the loss of wild prey have forced lions into closer contact with other predators and into competition for resources. In some regions, prides have adapted by hunting smaller animals or scavenging from other carnivores. Conservationists now track lions with GPS collars, studying their movements and social dynamics, in hopes of protecting what remains of these magnificent animals. Each pride tells a different story of survival, adaptation, and the ongoing struggle for dominance in a changing world. The debate over lion hunting is fierce, with some arguing that regulated hunting can support conservation, while others believe it only hastens the decline of a species already under threat. The future of the lion hangs in the balance, shaped by both natural forces and human decisions. As the sun rises over the savannah, the lion's roar echoes across the plains, a sound that once defined the wild heart of Africa. Today it is a reminder of both the majesty and the fragility of this iconic predator, whose story continues to unfold with every new dawn. The Cape buffalo, often called Africa's most dangerous game animal, is a creature that inspires awe and trepidation in equal measure. Its reputation is not built on myth, but on countless real-life encounters that have left even the most seasoned trackers wary of its presence. Unlike its fellow members of the Big Five, the Cape buffalo has never been domesticated. Its wildness is absolute, and its instincts remain untamed by human influence. This animal is infamous for its unpredictable temperament. One moment, a herd may appear calm, grazing peacefully in the golden grass. The next, a single buffalo can erupt into a full charge, its immense muscles propelling it forward with astonishing speed and power. Nicknamed the Black Death and the Widowmaker, the Cape buffalo is responsible for more fatalities on the African continent than any other large mammal, with an estimated 200 deaths each year. Its D-tier ranking is not a sign of weakness, but a reflection of its unique, vindictive nature. The Cape buffalo is not simply dangerous, it is calculating, and it never forgets a threat. Weighing up to 2,000 pounds, the Cape buffalo is a living tank. It can reach speeds of 35 miles per hour, and its stamina allows it to maintain a relentless pursuit over rough terrain. Its most iconic feature is the massive fused horn boss, a helmet-like shield that protects its skull and makes it nearly impervious to even the most powerful rifle rounds. Hunters have reported bullets ricocheting off the boss, leaving only superficial marks on the surface. This natural armor is a testament to the buffalo's evolutionary arms race with predators. The horns themselves are not just for show. They are lethal weapons capable of goring lions, hyenas, and even rival buffaloes with a single devastating thrust. What truly sets the Cape buffalo apart is its reaction to injury. Unlike most animals that flee when wounded, the buffalo becomes even more aggressive, often circling back to ambush its pursuer. Its intelligence is legendary. The Cape buffalo is known to remember past threats, and there are stories of individuals recognizing and targeting specific predators or even vehicles that have previously harmed them. A wounded buffalo will often double back on its own trail, using the thick African bush as cover. It will lie in wait, perfectly still, its dark hide blending into the shadows, ready to launch a surprise attack. This is not a panicked animal acting on instinct. It is a calculated, patient adversary, capable of waiting for hours for the perfect moment to strike. There are documented cases of buffaloes lying motionless in the undergrowth, their eyes barely visible, until the threat is almost upon them, then exploding from cover in a blur of muscle and horn. In the wild, Cape buffaloes are rarely alone. Herds can number in the hundreds, and their social structure is complex. When threatened, the herd forms a defensive wall with the strongest bulls facing outward and calves protected in the center. This collective defense is formidable. There are numerous accounts of herds turning the tables on predators, stampeding to rescue a fallen member, or driving off entire prides of lions. Cape buffaloes are also highly adaptable. They thrive in a range of habitats, from open savanna to dense swamps, and are known to travel great distances in search of water during the dry season. The oldest bulls, known as dagger boys, often leave the herd to live solitary lives. These mudcake giants are infamous for their unpredictable tempers and are considered the most dangerous of all. Scarred from countless battles, dagger boys are survivors. Their isolation and experience make them especially wary and aggressive, and they are often the subject of legendary tales among those who have encountered them. To face a Cape buffalo, especially a dagger boy, is to face an animal with nothing left to lose and every reason to fight. In the wilds of Africa, there are few adversaries as formidable, as cunning, or as relentless as the Cape buffalo. The world's deadliest animals are not confined to the African continent. Across the vast wildernesses of North America and the dense forests of Eurasia, two formidable creatures have earned their place in the annals of danger and survival. North America and Eurasia are home to animals whose power, intelligence, and unpredictability demand the utmost respect from anyone who dares to enter their domain. The grizzly bear, a legendary subspecies of the brown bear, roams the rugged mountains, river valleys, and dense forests of the American West and Alaska. It is a symbol of untamed wilderness, and on a tier list it claims the E tier, though in the wild it is second to none in sheer presence. Grizzlies are not just massive, they are masters of their environment, with a keen sense of smell that can detect food or danger from miles away, and an intelligence that allows them to solve problems and remember food sources for years. They are both apex predators and opportunistic survivors. In Alaska, grizzlies thrive on a rich diet of salmon, berries, roots, and even moose calves. A well-fed adult can weigh up to 1,200 pounds and, when standing upright, tower over 8 feet tall, an awe-inspiring sight in the wild. Their claws, curved and razor-sharp, can reach 4 inches in length, perfect for digging up roots or tearing into logs for insects. Their teeth, designed for both crushing and slicing, are a testament to their omnivorous diet and predatory prowess. Despite their bulk, grizzlies are astonishingly fast. They can accelerate to 35 miles per hour in seconds, making escape on foot nearly impossible. Their stamina allows them to cover vast territories, sometimes traveling over 20 miles in a single day. The grizzly's bite force, measured at around 1,200 psi, is strong enough to shatter bone and crush a bowling ball. Their claws are not only weapons, but essential tools for survival, used to dig dens for hibernation and to unearth hidden food. Grizzly bears are fiercely protective parents. Cubs remain with their mothers for up to 3 years, learning the skills needed to survive. During this time, the mother bear is hyper-vigilant, ready to defend her young against any threat, animal or otherwise. Female grizzlies, or sows, are responsible for the majority of fatal bear attacks. Their maternal instinct is so powerful that even the hint of danger can trigger a ferocious response. Hunters and hikers alike have learned to give these mothers a wide berth. A charging mother grizzly is a force of nature. Her speed, strength, and determination are unmatched. There are stories of sows fending off packs of wolves or even male bears to protect their cubs. In the shadowy undergrowth of Europe and Asia, and increasingly across the Americas, another animal lurks, the wild boar. Though it sits in the F tier, its reputation among hunters is anything but minor. Wild boars are responsible for around 20 deaths per year, but their true danger lies in their unpredictability and resilience. These animals are survivors, thriving in environments from dense forests to open fields, adapting to human encroachment with cunning and aggression. Found across continents, wild boars are expert foragers, rooting through soil for tubers, acorns, and insects. Their intelligence rivals that of dogs, and they have been observed using mud to cool themselves and even to protect against parasites. Capable of running up to 30 miles per hour, wild boars are equipped with sharp, ever-growing tusks. These tusks are not just for show, they are honed daily, creating a set of natural daggers that can rip through flesh and even light armor. The boar's tusks are its primary weapons. In the wild, they are used to defend against predators like wolves and leopards, and in confrontations with hunters, they can inflict devastating, slashing wounds. Perhaps the most remarkable adaptation of the wild boar is its shield-like plate of cartilage and gristle across the chest and shoulders. This natural armor has saved countless boars from predators and hunters alike. This thick hide can deflect poorly placed bullets and arrows, making a clean, humane kill difficult. Many seasoned hunters have tales of boars shrugging off wounds that would fell lesser animals, only to disappear into the brush and return to fight another day. Wild boars are notorious for their cunning. When wounded or cornered, they may feign retreat, only to double back and launch a surprise attack. Their low center of gravity and compact build allow them to charge with incredible force through thick undergrowth. There are documented cases of boars circling behind their pursuers, using the terrain to their advantage. Their attacks are swift and often silent, catching even experienced hunters off guard. Though smaller than many of the world's most dangerous animals, the wild boar's intelligence, ferocity, and natural armor make it a formidable opponent. In the wild, both the grizzly bear and the wild boar are reminders that survival often favors the bold, the cunning, and the well-armed. As we reach the end of our exploration into the world's most formidable animals, we are left with a tapestry of stories woven from respect, risk, and the uncertain future of wildlife. Each creature we've encountered, whether the silent stalker in the grass or the thunderous giant by the riverbank, embodies a legacy of survival shaped by millennia of evolution. Their presence in the wild is a testament to the delicate balance that sustains life on Earth. To step into their world is to accept a profound risk. The wild is not a place of certainty. It is a realm where instincts are honed to a razor's edge, and every movement is a negotiation between predator and prey. The hippo's gaping maw, the bear's protective stance, the buffalo's vengeful charge, these are not just displays of aggression, but vital strategies for survival. They remind us that respect is not merely an emotion, but a necessity, a way to coexist with forces far greater than ourselves. In the wild, knowledge is survival. Understanding the subtle cues, a hippo's yawn signaling a warning, a mother bear's unwavering vigilance, a wounded buffalo's unpredictable rage, can mean the difference between life and death. These lessons are not learned in books, but in the quiet observation of nature's rhythms, in the patient study of animal behavior, and in the humility that comes from knowing we are guests in their domain. The complexity of animal societies is astonishing. Wolves communicate with subtle glances and postures, elephants forge lifelong bonds, and lions defend intricate territories. These are not mindless beasts, but sentient beings with intelligence, emotion, and purpose. To witness their lives is to gain a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of all living things. The future of wildlife hinges on our ability to maintain this balance. Conservation is not a single act, but a continuous commitment to safeguarding habitats, restoring ecosystems, and ensuring that the wild remains untamed. Across continents, protected reserves and rewilding projects strive to give animals the space they need to thrive, while scientists monitor populations and adapt strategies to the ever-changing challenges of climate and human encroachment. Conservation efforts are as diverse as the animals themselves, from the use of drones to track elusive species to the planting of native trees that restore lost habitats. Every action is a thread in the fabric of hope. The survival of lions, elephants, and rhinos depends on these tireless endeavors, as well as on the global resolve to combat poaching and habitat destruction. Yet, the threats are relentless. Shrinking habitats, illegal hunting, and the pressures of a growing human population have pushed many species to the brink. The sight of a solitary elephant at dusk or a lion scanning the horizon is a poignant reminder of what stands to be lost. Ethical hunting, when practiced with restraint and reverence, can play a role in conservation, funding reserves, and supporting local communities. But it demands a deep sense of responsibility, a recognition that to take a life is to alter the balance, and that every action must be weighed with care. Tradition and modernity often collide in these debates, as ancient practices meet the realities of a changing world. The wild teaches us humility. It reminds us that nature is not a resource to be exploited, but a force to be understood. The storm that sweeps across the savannah, the river that carves through the jungle, the silent gaze of a predator, these are reminders of a world that exists beyond our control, yet is deeply affected by our choices. The future of wildlife depends on our willingness to act as stewards, not conquerors. It calls for innovation, compassion, and a respect that transcends generations. Whether through the preservation of ancient migration routes, the restoration of degraded landscapes, or the protection of the last wild places, our legacy will be measured by the wildness we allow to endure. In the end, the deadliest animals are not adversaries to be vanquished, but teachers who reveal the true meaning of respect, risk, and coexistence. Their continued presence is a testament to the resilience of life and to the choices we make, now and in the future. In the shadowed corners of jungles, deserts, and wetlands, a different kind of danger coils silently beneath the leaves. Venomous snakes, masters of stealth and survival, inhabit some of the world's most unforgiving landscapes. Their presence is often betrayed only by a faint rustle or the glint of scales in dappled light. Unlike the thunderous charge of a buffalo or the roar of a lion, the peril they pose is quiet, almost invisible, but no less deadly. Each species has evolved to dominate its domain with remarkable precision. The king cobra, ruler of Southeast Asian forests, glides through bamboo thickets, its hood flared in warning. In arid wastelands, the sidewinder rattlesnake leaves winding trails as it buries itself beneath the sand, waiting for the tremor of approaching prey. Deep in the wetlands, the black mamba darts through tall grasses with lightning speed, its neurotoxic bite capable of felling much larger animals. Hunting these elusive predators is a test of patience and nerve. The hunter must move with meticulous care, reading the subtle signs: a shed skin draped over a branch, a faint trail in the dust, the sudden silence of birds overhead. Each step brings the risk of a hidden strike, a split-second encounter that can end in tragedy. In the snake's world, camouflage is king. Their colors mimic the earth, the leaves, even the shadows, rendering them nearly invisible until it's too late. Survival stories from the wild are filled with narrow escapes and hard-won victories. A mongoose's lightning reflexes, a warthog's quick retreat, or the desperate leap of a frog. Each moment is a testament to the razor-thin line between life and death. Even apex predators tread carefully in snake territory, knowing that a single bite can turn hunter into hunted. Yet, within this lethal realm, snakes play a vital role. They keep rodent populations in check, maintain ecological balance, and their venom, paradoxically, has inspired life-saving medicines. To witness a venomous snake in its natural habitat is to witness the perfection of evolution, an animal honed by millions of years to thrive in the shadows. The dangers of hunting venomous snakes are a reminder that the wild's most formidable threats are not always the largest or loudest. Sometimes they are the quietest, the unseen, the patient, the perfectly adapted. In their world, every encounter is a lesson in respect, caution, and the relentless drive to survive. In the twilight silence of forests and open plains, another formidable challenge emerges: the wild canine. Wolves, jackals, and their kin are not solitary hunters. They are masters of cooperation, bound by intricate social bonds and honed instincts. Tracking these elusive predators is unlike any other pursuit. It is a duel of wits, pitting human cunning against the collective intelligence of the pack. Wolves, with eyes that seem to pierce the dusk, move as a single entity. Each member has a role, scouts ranging ahead, sentinels watching the flanks, alphas leading with silent authority. Their communication is a symphony of body language, subtle growls, and haunting howls that echo across the wilderness. In the grasslands, jackals weave through the shadows, using cunning strategies to outmaneuver both prey and rivals. The risks of facing wild canines lie not in brute strength, but in their ability to adapt, anticipate, and disappear. Their senses are razor-sharp, ears attuned to the faintest snap of a twig, noses capable of detecting intruders from miles away. Packs melt into the landscape at the first hint of danger, leaving little more than fading paw prints in mud or snow. Yet when cornered or defending their young, these predators become fierce opponents. A wolf pack, encircling as one, can intimidate much larger adversaries through sheer unity and resolve. Jackals, smaller but no less daring, employ hit-and-run tactics, harrying threats with relentless persistence. To observe wild canines in their element is to witness a living tapestry of strategy and survival. Every hunt, every chase, every evasion is a testament to their intelligence and adaptability. They are not just predators, they are phantoms of the wild, embodying the spirit of teamwork and the relentless pursuit of life amidst uncertainty. In the world of wild canines, the greatest weapon is not strength or speed, but the power of the pack, a reminder that, in nature, unity often triumphs over might. High above the forests and mountain crags, another realm of predators reigns. The great birds of prey, eagles, condors, and their kin, are not bound to the earth. Their domain is the boundless sky. Masters of flight, these raptors possess vision so sharp they can spot movement from miles away and talons powerful enough to subdue animals many times their size. The golden eagle, with its vast wingspan and regal bearing, patrols rugged cliffs and open highlands, scanning for the slightest sign of life. Its hunting technique is a blend of patience and precision, waiting, circling, then folding its wings for a lightning-fast stoop. The Andean condor, a giant among birds, rides the mountain thermals, its shadow sweeping over valleys far below. Though primarily a scavenger, its sheer size and presence command respect from all who share its habitat. Hunting these aerial monarchs is a challenge unlike any other. Their territories span vast, inaccessible regions, craggy peaks, dense forests, and windswept plateaus where few dare to tread. Approaching unnoticed requires stealth and an intimate understanding of the landscape. The raptor's senses are nearly unmatched: keen eyesight, acute hearing, and an ability to read the shifting winds. When threatened, these birds become fierce defenders of their nests, striking with a ferocity that belies their graceful flight. Eagles, in particular, are known for their relentless pursuit, using the sky itself as a weapon, diving, banking, and evading with effortless agility. Every feather, every beat of their wings is a testament to evolutionary perfection. In the silent expanse of the clouds, the great raptors remind us that true mastery is not just about strength, but about vision, patience, and the courage to soar where others cannot follow. To witness them is to glimpse the wild at its most untamed, a world where the sky is not a limit but a kingdom. In the farthest reaches of our planet, nature's most formidable arenas await, the Arctic tundra and the dense, tangled jungles. Here, survival is not just a contest between hunter and prey, but a relentless struggle against the environment itself. Each habitat is ruled by its own unique predators and survival challenges, where only the most specialized creatures endure. In the frozen expanse of the tundra, the world is a monochrome of white and steel blue. Blizzards howl across endless ice, erasing all traces of movement. Here the polar bear reigns supreme, its massive form almost invisible against the snow. It stalks silently, waiting for the faintest scent of a seal through a crack in the ice. The Arctic wolf, lean and relentless, moves in packs, communicating with eerie howls that pierce the silence. For prey and predator alike, every step is calculated, every breath precious, as the merciless cold punishes the unprepared. Thousands of miles away, a different battle unfolds beneath the emerald canopy of the jungle. Sunlight barely filters through the dense foliage, creating a world of deep shadows and sudden surprises. Here the jaguar glides through the undergrowth, its rosette-patterned coat blending seamlessly with the dappled light. It is an ambush artist, striking with explosive speed from above or below. The anaconda, a silent giant, slips through flooded forest floors, its presence betrayed only by a ripple in the water. Hidden dangers lurk at every turn. Venomous snakes hang from branches, crocodiles wait in murky rivers, and swarming insects test the limits of endurance. In these extreme environments, survival is an art honed by countless generations. Animals develop unique tactics to thrive: thick fur or waterproof coats, silent movement, extraordinary camouflage, and acute senses that can detect the faintest sound or scent. Every adaptation is a testament to the harshness of the land and the ingenuity of its inhabitants. Whether in the icy silence of the Arctic or the humid maze of the jungle, these wild realms remind us that the greatest hunters are not always those with the sharpest claws or teeth, but those who can master the elements themselves. In the world's harshest wilds, every day is a test of resilience, and every survivor is a champion of evolution. In the pursuit of Earth's most dangerous beasts, the battleground is not only the wild, but also the mind. For every hunter who steps into the realm of apex predators, the experience leaves marks deeper than scars, etched into memory, emotion, and spirit. The physical demands are relentless. Stalking a lion through the savannah or tracking a bear across mountain passes means enduring exhaustion, dehydration, and pain. Muscles ache from days without rest. The senses become razor-sharp, attuned to every crackle of brush or distant growl. Adrenaline surges, but so does fatigue, wearing down even the most seasoned. Yet it is the psychological toll that lingers long after the hunt ends. Fear is a constant companion, never spoken, but always present. Hunters recount the chill of realizing they are not the only predator, the sudden snap of twigs, the flash of eyes in the darkness, the knowledge that at any moment they could become the hunted. Expert voices echo this burden. Wildlife biologists describe the heightened stress hormones in both predator and prey. Survival is a high-stakes game, with real consequences for failure. Animal behaviorists note that even the most dominant hunters show signs of caution and anxiety in the presence of equally formidable rivals. Real-life stories abound. A tracker recalls the oppressive silence before a charging elephant erupted from the bush, his mind racing through years of training in a single heartbeat. Another, after days shadowing a solitary leopard, speaks of the overwhelming relief and emptiness when the chase finally ends. The wilderness tests more than skill, it tests resolve. For some, the aftermath is a haunting replay of near misses and close calls. For others, it's a newfound respect for life in all its forms. The greatest toll is often invisible, a quiet reckoning with fear, awe, and the fragile line between survival and surrender. In the end, the deadliest arena is not just the wild, but the mind itself. Each journey leaves its mark, reminding us that the true cost of the hunt is measured not only in trophies, but in the shadows that follow us home.